Disclaimer, inspired by Dash's vengeance and credit to Amanda for that idea. Screenshot 2024-06-11 at November 19th 22 a.m. The DVD package. Do you know Moose and his bluebird friend named Z from Noggin, when they changed it to Nick Jr.? It is about a yellow moose and his best blue friend who were on the air in 2003. But there is one problem, they got taken off the air in 2012. Also, there is an episode that Nick Jr. never let anybody see the show the same way again. Let's start. It all started in December during my Christmas break. I was chilling at home relaxing in the chair, but then I heard a knock on the door. Who is it now? I asked. I went to open the door and there was a purple package that beat out Nick Jr. and Noggin. Taking down memory lane of Noggin and Nick Jr. wouldn't be so harsh, I said to myself. I took the package inside and opened it. Inside the package was a DVD case. The DVD cover had Moose and Z on a background of Everywhere I Go with black text above them saying Moose and Z's favorite picks of the month. With the Noggin logo on the left and the Nickelodeon logo, Nick Jr. DVD logo on the right. The spine cover had a light blue background with logo, Moose and Z's favorite picks of the month. In horizontal, below it was Moose in a white circle with dark blue outline. The back cover had a background which was also in Everywhere I Go. I didn't know they made these into DVDs. It released every Tuesdays, I thought. I then took out the disc which looked like it was on a high budget. The disc had the same background from the cover with Moose and Z with the logo above them saying Moose and Z's favorite picks of the month. And on the left there was the... I shrugged it all off as I put the disc into the DVD player. The DVD began with the Nickelodeon fish, Nick Jr., Frogs, Noggin and Paramount DVD logos, but they were off, and the Noggin logo was in there for an unknown reason. The Nickelodeon fish logo came up, but the fish was sad, while holding a picture of himself while crying. Why did they not give me a chance to come back? The fish sobbed. Suddenly, to make the logo longer, he stopped crying, and got evilized by the Akuma, until it cut to Professor Brown's lair. That's just the way it is here. Nickelodeon fish. Professor Brown said. I'm Professor Brown. It appears those brats didn't give you the chance to come back, so that's why I just came in here. If you can get your revenge on them, maybe you'll find me the miraculous of Dog and Hank Noir. Of course. The fish accepted. The Nickelodeon fish got covered in red smoke which then he turned into an akumatized villain. The fish now had a red cape, with a purple mask, and he had glowing red. The fish laughed evilly after transforming. I'm ready to get some revenge, to find the miraculous of Dog and Hank Noir. The fish spoke. Nothing can stop me now. The Nickelodeon fish then swam off laughing evilly. Professor Brown strikes again. I stumbled. The Nick Jr. Frogs logo came up, but when it was the blue frog's turn to croak, he let out the Godzilla roar, which scared the orange frog so much he fell off the lily pad, just like in the evil Gabus. The Noggin original logo from Ubi came up, but the background was red, the logo was injured, the tree was wilting, and the birds were very sick and weak. The Paramount DVD logo came up, but when the sky was a mix of red and maroon, and when the disc flew into the mountain, blood splatter sounds were heard. I was not amused. Well, guess I should not talk about the DVD, I said to myself. Then I pressed the previews button and the mountain faded out as usual, but the sounds were demonic. After these creepy logos, previews for the former Nick Jr. shows, like Blue's Clues, Dora the Explorer, Team Umazoomi, and the Fresh Beat Band. After the previews ended, it took me to the main menu. The menu was like the DVD cover, and the options included Play All, Episode Selection, Bonus Features, Setup, Visit Nick Jr. and Noggin and Sneak Peeks. I then clicked on the Play All button too. The episodes that were playing in order were Blue's Clues, What's So Funny, Yo Gabba Gabba, Fun, Dora the Explorer, The Three Pigs, Go Diego Go, The Baby Chinchilla, Wow, Wow, Wubsy, Too Much of a Doodle Thing, Ni Hao Kailan, Dragon Boat Festival, Peppa Pig, George's Friend, Pacleo, Runaway Hat, Shimmer and Shine, The Sweetest Thing, The Fresh Beat Band, Yo, Fresh Beats Go Gabba Gabba, Lalaloopsy, Now You See Him, Now You Don't, The Backyardigans, Movers of Arabia, Lazy Town, Rotten Bird, Bubble Guppies, Call a Clambulance, Pinky Dinky Doo, Tyler Dinky Doo and the Legend of Twigfoot, Paw Patrol, Pops Save a Surprise, Blaze and the Monster Machines, Zeg and the Egg, Max and Ruby, Max Misses the Bus, Wonder Pets, The Wonder Pets Save the Beatles, Team Umazoomi, City of Lost Penguins. Suddenly, a warning showed up which took place on a style of the Noggin curriculum boards. The warning before Moose's Vengeance. Warning, this song features the old mascots of our channel, Moose and Z D-Bird, yet contains scenes or strong language and blood gore. This is rather offensive or inappropriate, which is why we didn't try to air it, but we did, because it was too late, and please watch at your own risk at any time. Thank you. That can't be good, I muttered. A screenshot of Moose depressed. The song started with Moose in the classroom, but he looked depressed, like he didn't want to be here. Oh. Moose groaned. Why did I have to go? After he groaned that, he picked up a picture of Moose and Z, and started to cry. Why did they have me taken me away for cancelling my segments for me, and my pal Z? Moose cried. Suddenly, ZD Bird flew to Moose and tried to reason with him. Moose's vengeance. A screenshot of Z comforting Moose. Moose, is everything okay? Z asked, in the same voice from the unused traditional alphabet song for the replacement of Noggin, and in the voice of Matt from Cyberchess. No, I'm not okay, Z. Moose cried. Why not? Z asked. Moose stopped crying, and gasped very loud. Z. Moose gasped. You can talk. Yes, I can talk. Z told Moose. But I usually blink on my eyes for the sounds. But how? Because those cheapskates at Nick Jr. caught me out as a mascot. Moose sobbed. Just then, it cut to Hawkmoth's lair. Hawkmoth? I questioned in confusion and shock. What in the world is he doing here? Well, what do we have here? A female voice from 2012 is replacing him from the place he calls home for Nick Jr., formerly Noggin. Hawkmoth asked. Just then, Hawkmoth noticed him as grinned evilly. He's so perfect for my Amuka. Hawkmoth declared. Just then, a butterfly flew into his hand. He turned the butterfly into an Akuma, and it flew off. Fly away, my little Amuka, and devilize him. Hawkmoth told the Amuka. It then cut to Moose, who was still holding the picture of himself and Z. Suddenly, the Amuka flew into the classroom, and inserted itself into the picture, which shocked Moose. Moose stopped crying and gasped. What? Moose gasped. You know what, just get over it already. Calm down, young Moose. I'm here to help you. Hawkmoth reassured. Wait, you are? Moose questioned. Here comes Hawkmoth. Hawkmoth talking to Moose. Yes. Hawkmoth replied. I'm Hawkmoth and you are now Moose Vengeance. Your creators have removed you from the place you call home, which your family left you, but I'm here to give you with this power to get your revenge. The only thing I want you to do is to teleport to Paris and bring me the miraculous of Ladybug and Cat Noir. He explained. Of course, Hawkmoth. Moose accepted. I'm so ready. Moose got covered in brown smoke, which then he turned into an akumatized villain now known as Moose Vengeance. Moose now had a maroon mask, a black and white superhero outfit with red cape, while his eyes were in shades of red. Moose. Z whimpered. Is that you? Mud in my new rug. Shocked Z. I'm no longer Moose, I'm now Moose Vengeance. Moose Vengeance exclaimed. Well, what are you going to do now? Z whimpered, concerned. I know when it's not me, but I'm going to get my revenge on you. Moose told Z. Wait, what? Z gasped. Vengeance. Moose snapped Z's neck. A screenshot of Moose Vengeance killing Z. Moose Vengeance then took out a sharp knife and sliced Z's head right off, and Z screamed in anguish as she was being sliced. It then cut to the Nickelodeon Animation Studios in live action, where it panned into the inside of it. It then showed Feetface and Foot remaining in 2D animation, who were wondering when Moose and Z were going to return. Anyone seen Moose? Feetface asked. I don't know, Mr. Feetface. Foot said. Yeah, buddy, me neither. Feetface agreed. Just then Moose Vengeance appeared behind them. Foot muttered. Is that him? Wait, what? Feetface asked. Nickelodeon Studios. A screenshot of Feetface and Foot meeting Moose Vengeance. Feetface and Foot then turned around, only to see Moose Vengeance as they gasped in fear. Hello, freaks. Moose Vengeance greeted sinisterly. Moose? Feetface asked confusingly. What have you done with your palsy? I killed him. Moose replied. What? Foot gasped. Are you killing us next? Feetface questioned. Yes. Moose Vengeance replied. Now tell me. Where the creators? Well, Feetface muttered. Where are the creators? Moose Vengeance demanded. Well, they went away on vacation to Hawaii, and Foot said. But his sentence was interrupted by Moose Vengeance. Enough with the questions. Moose Vengeance raged. Now say goodbye. Then Moose Vengeance rammed Foot and Feetface's chests up with a chainsaw as they screamed in agony. After ramming Foot and Feetface's chests up, the two posters are standing around, while Moose Vengeance went downstairs. He then looked at the posters down the hallway. It is time to pay all of my Noggin, Nick Jr. and Nickelodeon TV shows a visit. Moose Vengeance prepared. It then cut to Gabaland, where DJ Lance and the Gabas were having a conversation. Guys, have you seen Moose? DJ Lance asked. Who is he? Plex asked. Mage. A screenshot of DJ Lance and the Gabas looking at the powered out lights. All of a sudden, the lights in Gabaland turned off, including the white background, which made the scene really dark, similar to Electric Tea from Don't Hug Me I'm Scared. Oh no. Broby screamed. The lights are off. What are we gonna do? Muno gasped. Calm down, everyone. Plex reassured them. Maybe we can go find out where the noise is coming from. Can you beam me down? A screenshot of DJ Lance asking, can you beam me down? Plex, can you beam me down? DJ Lance asked. Sure. Plex accepted. Plex then beamed DJ Lance down into Gaboland. Thanks, Plex. DJ Lance thanked Plex. No problem. Plex told him. Suddenly, they heard Moose Vengeance's evil laughter. Did you hear that? Tudi asked. Yes. Muno answered. It is coming from Munoland. Come on. Plex reminded. We better go find out what it is. They then sang what is it? From finding animals as they journeyed through the dark to find Moose Vengeance. And yes, they found him. Hi there, guys. Moose Vengeance greeted. Hi, Moose. The Gabba gang greeted. Hello, friend. DJ Lance greeted. This is a little Bill reference DJ Lance made. I'm no longer Moose, I'm now Moose Vengeance. Moose yelled. What? They gasped. What's he saying? Plex. Broby asked. I don't know, Broby. Plex noticed. To install a stupid dumb shit, I'm going to destroy you guys. Moose told DJ Lance and the Gabba gang. I was so shocked. Nobody said the cuss word on Moose and Z show before. What do you mean? You don't tell us what to do. Broby yelled at Moose. You heard me. I agree with Broby. If you don't stop, we are going to report you to the cops. Plex told Moose. Too late. It's for your good. Moose told Plex, Broby, Futfa, Muno, DJ Lance and Tudi. Fall in the lava. A screenshot of DJ Lance and the Gabba gang falling in the lava. Moose Vengeance then made the volcano erupt with burning rocks that reached to the Gabbas and DJ Lance. DJ Lance, Muno, Futfa, Broby, Tudi and Plex screamed in agony as they were being burned, while Moose Vengeance laughed like a crazy psycho man. Music and dances done. Moose Vengeance finished. It then cut to Yumi City from Team Umizoomi where Millie, Gia and Bot were riding in Yumi car. Okay, team. Bot spoke. We have to find out who is causing mayhem. Right, Bot? Gia told Bot. Guys. Millie gasped, in the original voice of Sophie Fox. I heard Moose is going to get us next. Who is he? Bot asked. He is the yellow moose, and he has a bluebird friend named Z, until they retired in 2012. Millie explained. Suddenly, Moose Vengeance appeared in front of them. Hey there, Team Umizoomi. Moose Vengeance greeted sinisterly. Moose? Gia asked. Is that you? Bot questioned, confusingly. It is Moose Vengeance to you. Moose Vengeance paraded. Well, what are you doing here? Gia asked. I'm here to kill you. Moose Vengeance replied. No. Millie berated. That is not what you should do. Yeah. Gia agreed. You better stop, or we will call the police on you. Never. Moose Vengeance screamed. I will never stop. I will do what I want for the rest of my life. Huh? Bot asked. Moose Vengeance then used a laser beam on Yumi car. Yumi car screamed in anguish as he was being beamed. Millie, Gia and Bot gasped at what happened to Yumi car. Yumi car. Gia and Millie gasped. No. Bot screamed. Moose Vengeance pulled out his weapons. Say goodbye Team Umizoomi. He said to Millie, Gia and Bot. He then killed Team Umizoomi with a shotgun, sword and katana. Millie, Gia and Bot screamed in agony as they were being killed. It cut to Wuzzleberg. Just then the original main characters Widget, Walden, and Daisy walked into the street. Wow, everyone. Me and my friends were excited to go meet Moose. Wubsy greeted the viewers. Widget, we got a big problem. Daisy stated. What is it, Daisy? Widget asked. Moose, the old mascot of Nick Jr. is coming to wipe out everything in Wuzzleberg. He got cancelled in 2012. Daisy told her friends. Moose. Who is he? I just said who he is. Wubsy sighed and asked. My. We'll let him do it. Walton told Wubsy. What? Why not? Wubsy gasped. Because we can just build some robot weapons to defeat him, little Betty. Widget reminded. That's a good idea. Wubsy stated. Just then, Moose Vengeance flew down in front of them. Hey, would you mind if I can have all the weapons? Moose Vengeance asked. No, we're gonna kill you with those. Walton yelled. As soon as Walton said that, Moose Vengeance flew around Wubsy's friends a couple of times to steal their weapons. You were saying, aw damn it. Moose Vengeance said. Well, that's just great. Daisy groaned. Sayonara, animal friends. Moose Vengeance taunted. He used knife, gun, baseball bat, and axe on Wubsy's friends. Widget, Wubsy, Walden and Daisy screamed in pain as they were being killed by Moose Vengeance as he laughed hysterically. Wubsy's friends got killed. I need to go on the next Nick Jr. Shio. Moose Vengeance said. It then faded to next Shonihao, Kailan. Her friends and Yi were going to Chinese restaurant. I can't wait to get some dumplings and mooncakes. Ha-ho spoke eagerly. Me too. Tilly also cheered. Yes. I love Chinese restaurants. Rintu excited. Now, guys. Hold on now, we are going to be there in a few minutes, he told the others. Suddenly, Moose Vengeance dropped down in front of the car, causing it to stop the tracks. Hello there, Chinese kitties. Moose Vengeance greeted sincerely. Excuse me, sir. Can you get out of the way please? We need to go to Chinese restaurant to get some Chinese food. Kylan asked. Really, why? Moose Vengeance asked. Because it's my lucky day. Lulu replied. Oh, it's Lulu the Pink Rhino's lucky day. Moose Vengeance said. Well then leave it to me. Really? Kylan, ha-ho, intuitively asked. Moose Vengeance then lifted the car, by using his super strength strong, and flew to a nearby rock. What you are doing? Kylan gasped. You liar, I thought we were going to Chinese restaurant. Lulu said. Sorry, animal kids, but this is your own good. Moose Vengeance told Tilly, ha-ho, Lulu and Rin too. Moose Vengeance then proceeded to throw Kylan and her friends off the cliff as I could hear screams of pain including Yi. My lucky day is ruined. Lulu cried. Then it cut to black again, but it wasn't over yet. It then cut to Dora from Dora the Explorer and his little monkey Boots stopping Swiper from swiping map and backpack. Swiper no swiping. Dora and Boots scolded. Swiper no swiping. Sorry, but you're too late and... Before Swiper could finish, Moose Vengeance. Hey there, little girl, monkey, and fox. He greeted sinisterly. Swiper became confused, and saw Moose Vengeance as he... Huh. Swiper asked. Who are you? And what are you doing here? My name is Moose Vengeance. Moose Vengeance introduced himself. Moose Vengeance. Swiper gasped. There is no way that you are killing Emmy, are you? You're too late. Moose Vengeance said to Swiper as he took out a buzzsaw. You'll never stop me now. Oh man. Swiper said as he screamed in agony being killed. Yay. Dora and Boots cheered. We're saved. Map cheered. You liar. Moose Vengeance said to Map. I didn't come to save you guys. Well, what are you doing here? Dora asked. I'm here to get rid of you. Moose Vengeance replied. What? Dora and Backpack gasped. You can't do that. Boots told Moose Vengeance. Too late. Moose Vengeance said to Boots. Bye-bye strange explorers. I was confused and shocked. Who would call anyone strange explorers? Moose Vengeance then took down Dora and Boots with the chainsaw. They both screamed in pain as they were being chainsawed. Then he took down Map and Backpack with the sword. They also screamed in pain as they were being stabbed. It then cut to the animal rescue center. Diego and Alicia were checking the next animal to be when suddenly they heard a demonic laughter coming from Moose Vengeance. We forgot Diego. Moose Vengeance said. Alicia, did you hear that? Diego asked. Who is that? Alicia asked. That's Moose. Diego answered. I have no idea who Moose really is. Alicia said. Well, he is the last of Mascot of Noggin with his pal Z-D-Bird, until they changed it to Nick Jr. in 2009, and then retired in 2012. Diego replied. After he finished his answer, Moose Vengeance teleported into the shot. Hola Moose. Diego greeted in Spanish. Moose. Alicia asked Moose Vengeance in confusion. What are you doing to the Noggin and Nick Jr. shows? I'm killing them, because I just wanted to get some revenge. Moose Vengeance answered. What? Alicia gasped. So, are you here to kill us? Diego asked in horror. Yes. Moose Vengeance replied as he took out a chainsaw. Now adios animal rescuer and adios to this one. Oh no. Diego and Alicia screamed. Diego and Alicia screamed in agony as they were being chainsawed. It then cut to Bubble Tuki. The Bubble Guppies were at school. Just then Mr. Grouper swam into the shot. Good morning Mr. Grouper. The Guppies greeted. Well good morning everyone. Mr. Grouper greeted back. Then Zully swam into the shot. Hey, guys. Zully said. Have you ever heard of Moose? Moose. Molly exclaimed. Who is he? Gavi asked. He is an old mascot of Nick Jr. with his pal Z-D-Bird, until they retired in 2012. Nani replied. Suddenly, Moose Vengeance teleported right into the shot. After he finished his answer, the Bubble Guppies and Mr. Grouper gasped as they saw that. Moose. Dima gasped. Is that you? What are you doing here? How about no questions? Moose told Dima. The Bubble Guppies and Mr. Grouper gasped again, after he said that. This was shocking to me too. I thought Moose was gonna say how about no. Moose Vengeance then grabbed a chainsaw, and sliced Mr. Grouper to death as he screamed in agony. The poor Bubble Guppies. I thought in surprise. They looked shocked in seeing their teacher die. Mr. Grouper. The Bubble Guppies cried. No. Una screamed. Then Moose Vengeance took out a katana and said, bye-bye Guppies. Oh. Gil gasped in horror. The Bubble Guppies then screamed in anguish as they were getting their heads tortured. It then cut to Lazy Town. Stephanie just got back from her trip. It's good to be back in Lazy Town. She spoke. Just then Moose Vengeance teleported in front of her, startling her. "Who are you?" Stephanie asked. "And what are you even doing here?" "The name's Moose Vengeance." Moose Vengeance introduced himself. Stephanie was shocked after he did that, like she didn't know what else to do. She tried to get to her uncle, but the door was locked. "The doors?" Stephanie gasped. "They're locked. Uncle Milford. Uncle, let me in." Just then Moose Vengeance pointed his weapon at Stephanie. Suddenly, Sportacus zipped into the shot. "Nobody messes with Stephanie," Sportacus paraded. "Not today." Moose Vengeance raged as he shot Sportacus using a machine gun. He screamed in anguish as he was being shot, so much for Moose Vengeance's amusement. "Now bye-bye, Pink One," he told Stephanie. Moose Vengeance then killed Stephanie with a buzzsaw. Stephanie screamed in pain. She was being sawed. After that, he even killed Mayor Milford, Meanswell, Bessie Busybody, Pixel, Stingy, Ziggy and Trixie. Just then, Robbie Rotten walked into the shot as he saw what was happening. "What is going on here?" Robbie asked angrily. Moose Vengeance then turned to Robbie and got angry. "Hello, Robbie," he greeted. "Quiet, you lousy moose." Robbie raged. "Oh, you want me to be quiet?" Moose Vengeance asked. "Well, try being quiet with this." Robbie gasped at what Moose Vengeance had said. Then he sliced Robbie's head with a sword. He screamed in pain as he was being killed. It then cut to Pocoyo's world. Pocoyo was minding his own business along with Pato, Ellie and Lala. Just then Moose Vengeance teleported into the shot. "Moose?" Pocoyo asked. "It's Moose Vengeance to you." Moose paraded. Ellie and Pato got scared until Lala confronted him, but it was no use. "Time to die." Moose shouted and threw a flamethrower at Pocoyo and his friends as they screamed in anguish. Moose laughed evilly like nothing happened, and set the whole world on fire, and every other Pocoyo character dies. It then cut to Great Big City. Pinky was about to make a story for her little brother Tyler and Mr. Guinea Pig. "Okay," Pinky began. So one day, before Pinky could finish, Moose teleported into the shot. "Mr. Moose." Pinky gasped. "What's gotten into you?" "I have to write up a story." "Actually," Moose said, "since I came here to get revenge, how about I write up a story about you and me?" Pinky, Tyler and Mr. Guinea Pig gasped after he said that, which then he began to make up a story. At the end of the story, he saw no one in the room. "Where is everyone?" he asked. Just then he teleported out of the room, and outside of Great Big City, where Tyler, Pinky and Mr. Guinea Pig were horrified that their mommy and daddy have been erased. "Now let's erase you guys," he said as he took out an eraser to erase them. Pinky, Tyler and Mr. Guinea Pig screamed in anguish as they were being erased. It then showed the Fresh Beat Band who were getting ready to perform, which then noticed something as Kiki, Marina and Twist gathered along. "Did you guys hear that Moose was taken off the Nick Jr. air in 2012? Shout asked. Moose. Twist gasped. "Who is he?" Kiki asked. "Well, he's a yellow mascot with his pal Z-Bird, until they gave up in 2012. Marina replied. After she finished her answer, something weird was going here. Kiki. Twist questioned. "What is that?" Kiki looked behind her and gasped. "Is that Moose?" Kiki questioned in surprise. Before Moose turned to the Fresh Beat Band, he cleared his throat to say something very weird. "I'm no longer Moose." Moose began. "I'm now." Just then Moose turned to the Fresh Beat Band. "Moose Vengeance," he finished. The Fresh Beat Band gasped after he introduced himself. "Moose Vengeance," Marina asked confusingly. "Where are the Nick Jr. shows? What did you do to them?" "I'm just killing all of them, so that I get my revenge," Moose Vengeance replied. "What?" Twist gasped. "When are you gonna kill us?" Shout questioned in horror. "Right now," Moose replied. Now here is a sensational by Fresh Beat Band. Moose Vengeance then killed the Fresh Beat Band by using a chainsaw. Kiki, Shout, Marina, and Twist screamed in agony as they were being chainsawed. It then cut to the schoolhouse. Just then, the main characters Linny, Tuck and Ming Ming walked into the shot. "Remember Wonder Pets?" Linny asked. Moose is gonna wipe out all of the schoolhouse." "Yeah," Tuck agreed. Moose, the old mascot of Nick Jr. is gonna wipe out the schoolhouse. "I swear this mascot has been looking forward to taking down those stupid creators. And also, this is serious," Ming Ming said, breaking the fourth wall. I was shocked to hear Ming Ming break the fourth wall. "Ming Ming," Tuck gasped. "Since when did you learn how to break the fourth wall?" Ming Ming said, right until Moose Vengeance teleported into the shot. "Hey bastards," Moose Vengeance greeted sinisterly. "Hey," Tuck berated. "Don't call us that. Why are you here anyway?" Ming Ming asked. Moose Vengeance took out a box of matches. "To burn down the schoolhouse, as you guys said, of course," he said. "What?" Linny, Ming Ming and Tuck gasped. Moose Vengeance then poured gasoline on the floor, lit a match, and threw it down, and then he teleported out. "No. Wait." Linny shouted. But it was too late. The schoolhouse began to light on fire as the fire reached to Linny, Tuck and Mingming. Linny, Mingming and Tuck screamed in anguish as they were being burned. After that, Linny, Tuck and Mingming became nothing more than a skull and the schoolhouse collapsed. But the episode wasn't over yet. It then cut to Peppa's house. Peppa was minding her own business. Just then Moose teleported into the shot. "Hello Moose." Peppa greeted. "Want to play with us?" "No," Moose replied. "I'm actually here to take some revenge." "What?" Peppa gasped. "You can't do that." "Too late," Moose said to Peppa. "Prepare to be out of this world, rare piggies." Peppa and all the others screamed in agony as they were being killed. But I was shocked. Who would call any pig a rare piggy? Now for the backyard creatures. Moose spoke. It then cut to the backyardigans' yard. Pablo, Tyrone, Uniqua, Dash and Austin were playing tag with each other. When Tyrone stopped, there is something he noticed. Uniqua, Austin, Pablo and Dash gathered along. "Did you guys hear that Moose who got cancelled from Nick Jr. in 2012 is going to kill us?" Tyrone asked. "No, I haven't." Pablo answered. "Me neither." Uniqua agreed. "But who is Moose?" "He's a yellow animal who has a friend named ZD-Bird, right until they retired in 2012. Austin replied. Just then Moose Vengeance teleported into the shot. "Hello creatures." Moose Vengeance greeted. "Moose?" Austin asked to Moose Vengeance, confusingly. "What have you done to the Nick Jr. shows?" "I'm just killing all of them, because I wanted to get revenge on being cancelled from Nick Jr." he answered. "What?" Tasha gasped. "So now you are here to kill us?" Pablo asked in horror. "Yep," Moose replied. "Now here's a stupendous goodbye backyard animals." Moose Vengeance then killed the backyardigans by using a katana. Pablo, Tyrone, Uniqua, Dash and Austin screamed in agony as they was being killed by Moose Vengeance. Then it cut to Lalaloopsy Land, where Jewel and her friends were playing along. But Jewel thought she heard something coming from Moose Vengeance, but it was nothing. Just then she said something to Spot, Dot and Peanut. "Did you hear that Moose who got taken off the Nick Jr. Arizona killing spree?" Jewel asked. "A killing spree?" Spot gasped. Moose. Dot exclaimed. "Who is he?" "Well, he is an old mascot of Nick Jr. with his pal ZD-Bird when suddenly they retired in the year 2012. Peanut replied. "But there is something you don't see every day." Just then, Moose dropped by, and sliced Peanut's head off with a katana as she screamed in agony. "Don't try to use that line, ya fool," he said. "Moose?" Dot screamed. "Is that you?" Spot asked. "Y'all are done for." Moose stole Jewel, Spot and Dot. Prepare to be killed. Moose Vengeance then killed Jewel, Spot, Dot and the rest of the Lalaloopsy characters with the chainsaw. They all screamed in pain as they were being chainsawed. It then showed Ryder and his pups in the lookout from Paw Patrol just getting ready for a big rescue mission. "Okay, ready for action, Ryder sir," Chase reported. When Ryder turned on his screen, he notices something that was about to happen. "Pups, did you hear that Moose was taken off the Nick Jr. air?" Ryder asked. Moose. Marshall gasped. "Who is he?" Zuma asked. "Well, he's an old mascot of Nick Jr. with his pal ZD-Bird, until they retired in the year 2012. Rocky replied. After he finished his answer, a big message from Moose popped up. Ryder was surprised. "Pups," Ryder said. "We just got a message from Moose." "Let's see it," Sky said. The message popped up, but it was actually revealed to be Moose Vengeance. Ryder and his pups were shocked. "Hi young boy and puppies," Moose greeted sinisterly. "Here I come to kill you." But when he got out his chainsaw to kill the pups, he found out there must be something other than the screen. "He's not killing us," Rubble said. "Just a moment," Moose said. "Let me just get out of the screen, and then I'll kill you." Then he teleported out of the screen. "There he goes," Chase said. "Here he comes," Marshall exclaimed. Then Moose Vengeance teleported in the lookout, and killed the pups with the chainsaw. Marshall, Chase, Rubble, Rocky, Sky and Zuma screamed in pain as they were being chainsawed. Ryder was shocked that his pups were dead by Moose Vengeance. "Pups, no," he cried. "Oh my goodness," I gasped. "Poor Ryder." Then Moose Vengeance walked to Ryder, before killing him with a katana. "Why would you do this to my pups? Like I thought we all were a team." Ryder shouted crying. Moose Vengeance just chuckled sinisterly, after he said that. "Because I thought as a rescuer you would find out why I killed your pups," Moose replied. Then he sliced Ryder's head off as he screamed in agony. It then cut to the Blue's Clues house. Joe was finding the third clue. "A clue." One of the viewers called out. "What's that? You see a clue?" Joe questioned. "Steve." "Blue, we found the third clue," Joe yelled. Then Steve and Blue came over. "Wow, Joe found a clue," Steve said, and it's on this. The third clue was a picture of Moose and Z. "A picture?" Blue questioned in her plain voice. "How is that the third clue?" I was shocked to hear Blue speak, and so were Steve and Joe. Blue. Steve gasped. We didn't know you can talk. Joe mumbled. Well, I talk in the playroom. Blue said. But I usually communicate by barking. Oh yes, that makes sense. Joe said. All of a sudden, Moose Vengeance came into the shot as he made it to Steve, Joe and Blue. Moose. Steve asked confusingly. What are you doing here? And where are the Noggin and Nick Jr. shows? What are you doing to them? I'm killing them all, and also, I'm here to put an end to you and the clues. Moose Vengeance said. What? Steve, Blue and Joe gasped. Moose Vengeance then sliced Blue, Steve and Joe's heads off with a katana as they screamed in agony. Then he went to Sidetable, before ramming him up with a chainsaw. Moose. Sidetable furiously asked Moose Vengeance. Why would you do this to Steve, Joe and Blue? Moose Vengeance chuckled evilly, after he said that. I thought as a drawer, you'd figure out why I killed those three. Moose replied. Then he killed Sidetable with a chainsaw. Sidetable screamed in pain as he was being chainsawed. After that, he even took down Tickety, Pail, Shovel, Salt, Pepper and Mailbox. Just then, the viewers started confronting Moose Vengeance. What are you doing, Moose? A viewer questioned confusingly. Yay. We think you should stop, and Bree, another viewer said. But before she would finish, Moose Vengeance noticed them. Shut the fuck up. He interrupted. I am now Moose Vengeance. Wait, what? The viewers gasped. Then Moose Vengeance chainsawed the viewers as they screamed in pain. After that, it then showed the playroom. Just then, Moose Vengeance walked on by, and found the key. Time to show these playroom friends a gamble, he said. It then showed Fred, Rory, Polka Dots, Doodle Board, Boogie Woogie, Dress Up Chest, Silly Seat, Journal and Dictionary. Did you hear that Moose got cancelled? Rory asked. Moose. Doodle Board exclaimed. Who is he? Silly Seat asked. Well, he is a yellow mascot with his pal Z-D-Bird, until they retired in 2012. Polka Dots replied. Just then Moose Vengeance appeared. Hey there, playroom friends. Moose greeted evilly. Moose? Doodleboard asked to Moose Vengeance confusingly. Is that you? I'm not Moose. Moose Vengeance paraded. I'm Moose Vengeance. Blue's playroom friends gasped as Moose Vengeance laughed evilly. It is time for you all to die. Moose Vengeance prepared. Please, Moose. Fred pleaded. No. You can't do this. Please. Yeah. Polka Dots agreed. This is too much. I mean, even for you. I was puzzled why Fred and Polka Dots made a Captain Underpants, the first epic movie which would be used for the actual DreamWorks movie. Oh really? Moose Vengeance asked. Is that my problem? He then pulled out a chainsaw as she grinned evilly. Well, your problem is this. Moose Vengeance answered, as she walked towards her playroom friends. Then he killed them as they screamed in agony. Suddenly, the tree clock rang, which started to anger Moose Vengeance. Grrrr. Moose Vengeance growled. Where is that noise coming from? Just then, the clock door opened, and Mina flew out of it. It's time to go, Blue. Mina told Blue. No. Shut up. Moose Vengeance yelled as he slapped Mina in the face with the slapper. Hey. Mina gasped. Moose, what is going on? Oh, I'll tell you. Moose Vengeance said. Those idiots at Nick Jr. just cancelled me out back in 2012, and now I'm here to kill you and get revenge. I was shocked to hear Moose say idiots. What do you mean? Mina asked. What have you done with Blue? I killed him. Moose answered. And also, I have one thing. What? Mina screeched. A visit from me. Moose Vengeance declared. Mina then shook in fear as Moose Vengeance grinned evilly. Please. Mina pleaded. Don't do this. Sorry. Moose Vengeance paraded. But I'm now ready to kill you. He then used his powers similar to Dragon Ball Z to blow up Muna. Muna screamed in anguish as she was being blown up. Then it showed Sahara May falls from Shimmer and Shine in the style of Season 1, where Shimmer, Shine, Lee, Tala, Natal and Parasa were just having some fun, until Lee noticed something as Shine, Tala, Shimmer, Natal and Parasa gathered along. Hey, guys. Lee told her genies. Have you heard that Moose was taken off the Nick Jr. air in the year 2012? Moose. Shimmer exclaimed. Who is he? Shine asked. Well, he's just an old mascot of Nick Jr. with his pal Z-D-Bird, until they retired in 2012. Tal replied, in the voice of Inez from Cyberchus. He and Z-D-Bird did lots of segments. Natal explained, in the voice of Digit from Cyberchus. And Moose and Z did lots of songs like Everywhere I Go. Parasa agreed, in the voice of Jackie from Cyberchus. Shimmer, Shine and Lee were shocked to hear Tala, Natal and Parasa speak. I was shocked too. Whoa. Shimmer and Shine gasped. Our pets can talk for the first time. Lee gasped. We can. Tala asked. We have so much to talk about. Natal said. So yes, we can talk. Parasa said. Just then Moose Vengeance appeared in front of them, surprising them. Moose? Paris asked to Moose Vengeance confusingly. How come you look so different? Because it's about time I'm off to kill you, and get some revenge. Moose said. What? The genies, Lee, Tala and Paris gasped. So did I as well. Knuckle gasped quietly. Just then Moose Vengeance referenced the genie's words, to kill them including Tala, Lee, Knuckle and Parisa. Boom Zarame he said. Suddenly, a portal to hell appeared behind them. Shimmer, Shine, Tala, Lee, Parisa and Knuckle screamed in agony as they began to fall into the portal and it closed. But the episode wasn't over yet. It then showed Blaze and Edge from Blaze and the Monster Machines just having some fun. Hey, I think I've heard of something. Edge said to Blaze. What did you hear of? Blaze asked. You think you've heard about Moose? Edge asked. Moose? Blaze exclaimed. Who is he? Well, he's an old mascot of Nick Jr. with his pal Z-Bird, right until they retired in the year 2012. Edge replied. After he finished his answer, Moose Vengeance teleported into the next seat scaring Edge off him. Moose? Blaze gasped. What are you duo? Before Blaze could ask a question, Moose Vengeance pressed the button to go super fast. Too fast. Blaze yelled. I'm gonna crash. Then Moose Vengeance teleported out of Blaze as he screamed in agony beginning to crash. Edge was shocked that his friend Blaze died in a crash. Blaze? No. He cried. OMG. I gasped. Poor Edge. Just then Moose Vengeance teleported in front of Edge before killing him. Why would you do this to my friend Blaze? Edge shouted crying. Moose Vengeance just chuckled sinisterly just like in the Paw Patrol scene. Because I thought as a rider you would wonder why I crashed your friend Blaze. Moose replied. Then Moose Vengeance chainsawed Edge as he screamed in pain. After that, he even killed the others, and crashed the rest of the monster trucks to death. And with that, Axel City was in ruins, but the episode was not over yet. It then cut to Ruby's house from Max and Ruby. Ruby, in the style of season 1, and her brother Max were inside after noticing that there is something Moose is going to do next. Did you hear that Moose was away from Nick Jr.? Ruby asked. Moose? Max exclaimed in the voice of Austin from the backyardigans, though Moose Vengeance had already killed them. Who is he? He asked. Well, he's a yellow animal with his pal weight. Ruby screamed. Ruby gasped at what she saw. I was so shocked to hear Max speak in a full sentence too. I didn't even know any creature or pets can speak in a lost episode. Max? Ruby gasped. I didn't know you can speak in a full sentence. Well, yes I can. Max said. I usually communicate by saying some words we all usually say. Some say babies can use their first words if they want. Well, as I was saying he is a yellow animal with his pal Z-Bird, until they gave up in the year 2012. Ruby said. Just then Moose Vengeance teleported outside then he went inside the house surprising them. Moose? Max asked to Moose Vengeance like in the backyardigan scene. What have you done to the Nick Jr. shows? I'm just killing them all, because I just wanted some revenge. Moose Vengeance replied. What? Ruby and Max gasped. Then Moose Vengeance rammed up Max and Ruby's chests with the chainsaw. They both screamed in pain as they were being chainsawed. Soon afterwards, it cut to a montage of Moose Vengeance killing everyone like Piper Opossum, Face, Abby Hatcher, Bosley, Sunny, Blair, Rox, Rosie Red, Mandarin Orange, Anna Banana, Peppermints, Bonnie Blueberry, Indigo Alfruit, Lavender La Violette, Swift, Penny, Brody, Rod, Santiago, Thomas, Lorelei, Kiko, Cecilia, Quan, Peg, Ubi, Yuma, Kako Grampu, Miss Spider, Jack, Mary, Mel, Oswald, Little Bear, Little Bill, Maggie, Beast, Hamilton, Franklin, Kipper, Maisie and more, even Juji and his Claire Studios counterpart, Niche Jana. After the montage, it cut back to the Nick Jr. headquarters where everything was down. Time to show these creators how it went, Moose said. Moose Vengeance then bursted the doors as he went to the creators. The creators in live action were revealed to be resembling. They were very shocked and surprised to see Moose. Just then one of them spoke in the voice of PJ from Cyberchus. Moose? He asked. I thought we were good to take you off the air. I'm sure that's why life did not go well for Z and me, since you guys did this to us. Moose replied. But are you giving us the chance to be killed? Creator 9 questioned in the voice of Candace. I think so. Moose replied. Now off you all go. Then Moose Vengeance killed the creators by using a chainsaw. The creators screamed in pain as they were getting chainsawed. Good job. Hawkmoth told Moose Vengeance. Now get me the miraculouses. Got it. Moose Vengeance accepted. Wait a minute. Moose Vengeance held. I actually don't think so, Hawkmoth. Moose Vengeance teleported into his lair. Wait, what? What are you doing? Hawkmoth demanded. Sorry, Mr. Moth, Moose Vengeance said as he grabbed a shotgun from his pockets. But it's just for the best. Are you betraying me? Hawkmoth gasped. Moose Vengeance, however, didn't respond as he shot Hawkmoth in the chest as he fell to his knees. How could you? Hawkmoth weakly said as he fell to the ground and bled out. Sorry about that. I'm my own now, Hawkmoth. Moose Vengeance said while chuckling. Curse you, Miss Chair. However, Hawkmoth had already blacked out, meaning that he died. I gasped at what happened. I couldn't believe Moose Vengeance killed Hawkmoth after getting akumatized. It then showed what scared me more is first the teleportation of Moose Vengeance after Nickelodeon Animation Studios was caught on fire. He spoke to the camera, while the creepy music box version of Everywhere I Go played. Hi fools. Moose Vengeance greeted. I have taken down all of the Nick Jr. shows. To anyone who saw the episode, you'll be next. Say goodbye fools. Moose Vengeance then flew off laughing evilly. I was surprised at what had happened. The credits rolled on, but they were off. The background was red, the credits were black instead of white, and the music that played in the background was Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift. The logos came up, but they were also off. The Noggin original logo from Play With Me Sesame came up, but the logo had its eye bloodshot and an evil grin, and when the light bulb appeared the logo spun as the background turned blood red and the nasal voice who spoke Noggin sounded evil. The Nick Jr. Productions logo from 2005 came up, but the background was completely red. Nick and Jr. were seen dead on the floor, while the puddle was all bloody. The Nickelodeon logo came up, but the text was reversed. The splat was blood and Moose Vengeance and the other Nick Jr. characters dead are shown. After the logos, it then showed a jump scare. It was an edited picture of Moose from the Dora the Explorer 2004 promo where he got poked by the blue cursor. But the difference was he had black eyes with red pupils, and he was crying blood. And the Howie scream, Wilhelm scream and the Godzilla roar were heard in the background. After the jump scare, it then got back to the main menu. I then put the DVD back in its case, threw it away, and I had no idea if I was ever to see it again. The end.